Welcome back to the channel. We are watching the Clay Dog Memorial. This is the 8th annual, put on by the ADGA and Texas Chainwreck. And the presenting sponsor of this event is Mint Discs. And this is on the Hot Tour, the Heart of Texas Tour. On the card today we've got a bunch of local dudes. Super fun card. Trent Hadaway on the box first. This hole is 272 feet. Yeah, it's just a little early. Not the way he wanted to start out. Next on the box we got Thomas Rixford. Also going forehand. Pushing it a little further down the fairway. We got Dusty Eubanks. I'm going to see a lot of thumbers out of this guy today. Ugh. A couple of trees to beat. That shapes really nicely for it. And now we've got CJ Ocampo. Dusty here up next, middle of the fairway. Trent off the fairway, also looking up. If I didn't say it already, we're playing Zebos in Benbrook for round 1 of this tournament. Round 2 will be at Veterans. CJ getting pin high, just a little straight. I think that caught a branch. Some of those twigs were starting to bud out here in Texas, but still lots of those kind of hidden ninja branches. And Thomas almost getting into position. Just a little high. Dusty is a good scramble if he can save his par from where he was after his tee shot. Stabs it in there. Good cleanup from CJ. Trent pushing it a little long with that thumber out of the woods. Now Rixford to keep pace with the card. Easy. Hole 2, you just saying 403 feet. It might not be quite that far, but it definitely plays like it. Quite a bit uphill, thrown from the woods out into the open. Rixford going to show us the backhand. Expecting it to turn just a little more. Dusty, old S-line TD. And I'm going to pre-apologize on the green here. You're not going to get to see much. Seems to happen about once a round where I think I stop recording, but I don't, and then when I want to start recording, I actually stop recording. So I miss pretty much everyone's putts here, but you'll kind of see what the green looks like. You'll see where they kind of end up. Not a bad spot to be if you're not going to be up top. Right here in the middle for Thomas. CJ running up to check and see what he's looking at, because there's a couple different pin positions, and I think all but one of them are blind off of the tee. He likes it. Run up there, see what it looks like. Dusty just on the edge of the little cliff here where you can see the basket. Giving it a low, spinny bid, keeping it out of the window like that. And that's where Trent was. And that's where Thomas was. And that's where Dusty was. And that's where Trent was. Hole 3, 498 feet. I have never seen this pin position, so I wasn't quite sure where to stand. That stayed pretty straight, so it doesn't come back into frame here. CJ going huge. We've got a right to left over the shoulder tailwind here. Scorecard got in the way a little bit. Thomas up next. Getting left quick, maybe a little too left too quick, but that's kind of where the basket is. CJ's shot would have been perfect for the normal. He's going to be about pin high, but really this, yeah, the wind is pushing it to hyzer out a little early. This is where Trent ended up. This is a great spot for the normal pin position where that little white pipe is, about 60 feet from here. And that tailwind just slams that shot. Thomas, nice and close, but a little compromised footing. And there is some serious rollaway potential back there. See where he ends up. Dusty, not bad. I don't even think that low branch is really in his way. Not getting too greedy, just getting up and down. CJ up last. Just a little early on that forehand, but he was pin high. That was a sick drive. Trent, a lot of tailwind here. He's going to have to give it some height so it doesn't get pushed down too soon. Yeah, that was a tough one. With that cliff behind the basket, doing like a stabby aggressive spin. Putting it high like that was a smart play for sure. Thomas staying nice and close. And CJ shoving his foot into that bush, but also nice and close. Tap in 4 for Trent. On to hole 4, 556 feet. Short par 4 today. This is the medium pin position for this hole. There's one that's about 700 feet way back there, but playing the medium today. It's underneath that big tree in the middle of the fairway. It's a tough hole to get just right. If you go too stable, this tailwind is going to just stable it up. That's a good stability there from Thomas. But yeah, that tailwind's just making things bomb out kind of early. And if you go too flippy, that road is right there, ready to let your disc sail over it. So not really an eagleable hole today, but still a really gettable birdie for sure. Right stability, just that wind is a lot today. This is about a tap in for the short pin position. That almost went in. That like almost hit the lock. That was CJ playing the wind, just giving a little floaty bid. That was really nice. Same upshot disc as the previous hole for Trent. See if he plays the wind right. Yeah, wind carried that one. Definitely got some meat left on the bone here. See this wind definitely be in the equation, even at some surprising times throughout this round. And as everyone cleans up, kind of looking towards the tee pad up there. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background, but anyways, on hole 5, 355 feet, OB railroad tracks in the woods, turning back around into the headwind, flipping that forehand from CJ just a little bit much, but it settles up pretty nicely. Not bad. He should be off to the right enough where those trees aren't quite in the way. Oh, getting skinny. Thomas playing the swing. And gets the squirrel scooting out of there. And really on this hole, as long as you're not in the rough, you can get up and down. Nice forehand bid from CJ there. Dusty, I think he's putting, or maybe it's just an upshot disc, but a crown. Definitely an old disc. Looks like the stamp is like mostly gone. Oh, such a good bid.
Oh my God.
Also really close. CJ here at the edge of circle. Dusty making sure to keep that one low. And just cleaning up from everybody else. Hole 6, 181 feet. Dusty's going thumber. Honestly, a really fun little thumber hole. Just let it corkscrew and hopefully get a skip, not a scoot like that, but I think we're going to see forehands from everybody else. Trent giving it a good bid. Oh, and saved by the tree. Thomas up next. Overcooking it just a little bit past the basket. We'll see how CJ bounces back on this one. A little wind lift. Yeah, just outside the circle. Oh, and he makes it. Dusty here behind one of the biggest trees on the property. Having to get a little creative. Giving us some body English. Thomas actually stayed way closer than I thought. A little compromised, but he'll have a little window. Haven't played this course nearly as often as some of the other ones around here, but I have been there, and there's kind of a little dip between those two bushes. Ooh, that one almost bounced back out. 6B is one of the newer holes out here. 250 feet.
Oh, you threw it like a can. Good hit.
From the limited amount I've played this hole, that's a common mistake. It's pretty downhill, and it's such a short hole, it's really easy to kind of underthrow the shot. But he's not off the fairway, so yeah, just scooting it up there. Nice forehand out of Dusty. And this to save par for CJ. Just a little high again. I want to say through that opening where all the sunshine's coming through, that wind is coming through there and probably contributed to those carrying past the basket a bit. Great comeback putt though. Hole 7. UDisc says 247. It definitely looks a little longer than that. I think he meant to put a little bit more turn and kind of shoot that left gap, because you can see the basket through the right gap. But it's kind of a sucker gap. As he almost pures it. That... I don't think that's a fun spot. Another thumber out of Dusty here. That was a really odd reaction. There's definitely a wind up there. That's one trouble with the thumber is it's a pretty consistent shot, but sometimes it can get thrown left or right depending on what the wind is doing. Well, it needs to sit. Yeah, he had some sort of window. I couldn't get over there fast enough to get behind him. So I'm guessing Dusty has a little window too. We'll see if he's able to make a bid at this. Oh, off the cage. And I could not believe that. I didn't think he had anything. Great clip from CJ. And just a tap in from Thomas. On to hole 8, 375 feet. I think we're mostly going to see forehands. Oh man, that went just inside that cedar. Should be money though. It's pretty far right. A little more conservative there, not flirting with the OB on the right. But yeah, I honestly really like this thumber play, or even a almost a Spike-Heisery backhand. Wouldn't be bad either, other than the distance. 375 all on Heiser is a pretty big shot. That tickles some branches and still carries. Man, he smoked that thing. Not quite enough though. That branch probably just took enough off that shot. I don't know if this is really a thing, but that was like a touch thumber. I think panned out really nice. Man, that had like no flutter on it. That was so smooth. Dusty here from just a little closer, probably 65 feet or so. He's been so close with those today. Great tee shot from Trent here. And it settles. CJ to save his par. Been getting a lot of those today, and this is going into the headwind after your tee shot, and all those forehands are ducking to the right into the headwind. Bonus coverage here. Legend to this region of the country, Coda Hatfield, throwing looks like a big Annie here on hole 9, top of the world shot at Zebo's. Unless you play here all the time, I feel like it's always a shot where you just kind of like stand there and hope. He got a 3. But hole 9, 474 feet. Playing follow the leader. And we've got a left to right kind of headwind here. Cloudbreaker a little low out of Thomas's hand, tickles a couple of branches, but it keeps going. The basket is out there to the left, though.
Okay.
Trent. We get a little creative here. We've got a left to right headwind. Doesn't quite put that low enough, and it gets picked up, and it's right side rough. Next. Putting it nice and low. I think he's going to be really happy with that. I'm pretty sure that's like 5 feet. CJ, he plays fast. I feel like I've been doing a good job keeping up with him, but he snuck that one away from me. But it was a great tee shot. He was just a little bit further away than Dusty is here. I don't know if that was a layup or just kind of the wind pushing it down, but not a bad play. Easy to get into a weird spot behind some of these trees on this green. Sorry about that. Comebacker here for bogey. Rest of the card cleaning up. So this is our front 9. Back 9 will be coming in the next day or so, so stay tuned. Get to see some of the shorter, tighter holes that Zebos has to offer. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.